Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hey there, everybody. Can you hear me? I think I'm live. Is this happening? Is this happening? There I am. I'm backwards, aren't I? Hang on a sec. Hang on. Okay. That's going to do it. Close enough. That's better. That is better. Okay. What's going on, guys? I'm going to get myself out of here because I don't want to look at me. I want to look at my notes. Okay, everybody, it is good to see you. Welcome in to our Sunday live stream. We took a Sunday off last week because it was Easter, but we're happy to be back today, and it's good to see all of you. We've got some people here. There's Stephen and Ricky, and Joel leads the guitar, otherwise known as Green Wizard. What's up, Green? Good to see you. Bill C is here. There's Leffy and XBIA, and let's see who else is here. There's Glenn. Hi there, Glenn. And wonderful Leffy and Soggy Tom and Ross P, and there's Margaret. Okay, there's Matt. We got a big day coming up today, friends. Not only do I have some information to tell you about what is coming up this week. Oh, Megan's in the chat. Hi, Maggie. Hello, Tim. Guten Tag. Excellent to see you. All right. Yeah, I've got some news to share about what we have coming up this week. I made some last minute changes based on some new music that has been dropped that I think I need to get to this week. So I will let you know about that. I also have a Doug on Demand coming up in about 1 hour from right now. And this is going to be a fun one because it's going to be an extra long one too. We have 5 trivia winners that won some trivia when we did our birthday live stream earlier in April. And I'm looking forward to hearing some of the songs that our trivia winners would like me to hear. And we're going to have our Wheel of Names and be drawing other folks from the Council of Dougs and Doug's Angels. And it will be a wonderful time. It always is. This will be our 23rd session of the Doug on Demand, and we've heard a bunch of songs that I never probably would have heard, and I've met some new bands to me that I probably would not have been able to get to. So the Doug on Demand continues to be one of my favorite little exercises to do with all of y'all. Coming up in about an hour, you're invited if you are a Council of Doug's member or a Doug's Angels tier member over on our Patreon. That is how you get the invitation, and I am looking forward to it. Let's see, there's Andrew. Hi, Andrew. There's Ray. Fran's in the chat. Hi, Fran. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So last week, we had a kind of a half week for me. I did a new video on Monday by a band called Bandmade, and we had listened to them before, but this was a new song from them called Ready to Rock, and it tied into some anime as well, and I really enjoyed that one, y'all. Another band, all female led band from Japan, and I've got to tell you, I haven't heard anything bad from those folks yet, from that side of the world, and they're putting out some really great music. We looked at that one on Monday. On Wednesday, I shared a throwback episode where we were listening to Shout from Tears for Fears. That came from our extended play lounge where I listened to all of songs from The Big Chair last year by Tears for Fears. Great way to start that album, and it was fun to share that with y'all on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I dropped an entire extended play lounge episode. I took the day off. I was doing some other things, and I just wanted to let people know that don't know as much about our Patreon as they should, what kind of stuff they can expect over there. Plus, we've had a lot of Opeth fans asking me for the whole album, and I've been telling them it's over there, but now they have it here on YouTube, and we were able to get it past the copyright bots, and I'm excited that we have that available on YouTube. Our Patreon video that is new from this past week is a full album reaction to Imaginarum by Nightwish. Heidi, Kendall, wow! Thank you. That's such a wonderful gift. Much love. I'm gonna heart that. Y'all give Heidi some love in the chat. Thank you very much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. What was I saying? Nightwish. Y'all, if you don't think that you're going to like that and you kind of go past it, I encourage you to take a look at it. It's a long EPL. And when I do long EPLs, it means I have a lot to say about it because it's spurring a lot of thoughts in me. This is an album, a concept album about an old composer on his deathbed looking back at his life and taking stock of it and remembering the naivete and the creative drive and all of these different aspects of his life and taking stock of it and wanting to know what's the meaning behind all of it. It's right in my wheelhouse. And there's not a bad song on the album. It's 74 minutes of music over 13 tracks, and I loved every single one of them. Every single one of them. So if you haven't heard a lot of Nightwish and you're not sure if you're going to like it, trust me, go on that journey of discovery with me. It's a wonderful episode, if I do say so myself. Okay, y'all, I got to tell you what's coming up. Yeah, Matt, I need to watch the movie that goes with it. That's next on my agenda to watch how that kind of plays together because now I'm really interested to watch that. And it's great to, it's our 89th extended play lounge episode. We've done 89 full albums now, y'all. And it's the first time that we've gotten to Nightwish. And this has been a band that I've gotten to know and really enjoy since the very beginning of the channel. And it was the first time that I had an opportunity to listen to one of their albums all the way from beginning to end. And it was a lovely, lovely experience. I'm looking at Steven's note in the chat here. I'm looking forward to Floor's collaboration with Testament that's coming out later this year. I had not heard about that. That sounds very cool. Thank you for that, Steven. So I need to tell y'all what's up for us this week. So besides the Doug on Demand that is happening at 2:00 Eastern today, tomorrow, somebody put it in the chat. So when I teased that I had made some last minute changes because there's new music that's out, you guessed right. Sleep Token. I'm going back to Sleep Token, y'all. About 3 weeks ago, I listened to Caramel from their upcoming album, and they have released a new single, Damocles. It was released on Friday. I didn't even know about it until yesterday. I'm going through and just double checking what I want to include this week, just double checking, and I'm like, oh, what is this? There's new Sleep Token, and holy crap, there's a bunch of people watching it. It was like it's in the top 10 on worldwide trending for music. These guys are really breaking out, and I don't want to fall behind. So I'm going to get to Sleep Token and their brand new song. Their full album, their next full album is going to drop on May 9th. So it's coming up. It won't be too long. On Wednesday, guess what? More Ghost. Their new album is now out. They released their album last Friday, and on Tuesday of last week, they released their third single from that album called Peacefield. And that's the one that I am going to look at on Wednesday. So I've got Sleep Token on Monday. I've got Ghost on Wednesday. I'm not doing a video on Thursday this week, y'all. And on Friday, Rush. We're getting back to Rush, y'all. It was January. January. I mean, by the time that we get to this on Friday, it's going to be the 1st of May, actually May 2nd, right? So it was January that we did um, a, the treatment with Rush. We did Grace Under Pressure, sides 1 and 2. And so over the next couple of weeks, I will be looking at their next album, which is called Power Windows. So we're going to be doing Power Windows side 1 and then Power Windows side 2, starting this Friday and then finishing up next Friday. And I'm eager to get to more from Rush and continue on with them. Sander is asking, when would you do more songs from the Tears for Fears, songs from the Big Chair? Check out my Patreon. I think Ray mentioned it, that I have done that whole album. So the video that I did on Wednesday, the actual reaction is excerpted from my previously recorded full album video for that album. So that's available if you want to take a look at it there. Raphael is saying there's 2 versions of Peacefield, the short version and the longer with an intro. Be sure to check out the one with the intro, so the longer version. Thank you for that alert, Raphael. Let's see. Yeah, Joel, just be patient, man. We'll get there. There's a lot of people who are patient. I got to tell you this too. We're now more than 4 years into doing the Daily Doug, and we're coming up on, what the hell? We're in the 900s for episodes, and we're getting close. And the next EPL is going to be episode 90. We've got a ton of stuff that we've done, and I remember, I remember being worried, like around the 9th or 10th EPL that we did, full album. I'm like, I'm going to run out of albums that people want me to hear. Bullshit. There are so many requests that still keep coming in. My list of stuff to get to is longer now than it has been since I started. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have some demand that I am trying to keep up uh, and react to and keep up with y'all. So, yeah. Roger, thank you. Roger Hodgson solo album. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sander. Yeah, I really enjoyed Tears for Fears. I thought their album was engineered so darn well. Sounded great, and just really enjoyed it. Yeah, and yeah, Lefe is reminding me too. There is another thing that we're doing this week, and that is our fan favorites. That is this month featuring our favorite jazz and jazz fusion tracks. And I have to say, friends, this is the first time that we will be doing the jazz fan favorites countdown. And the last time I looked at the poll, it's tight, friends. Pick the next fan favorites. There we go. So who's in the lead? Take 5 from Dave Brubeck is in the lead right now, but there is an absolute logjam of musicians and bands. We got Chick Corea, we got Return to Forever, we got Brand X, we got Coltrane, Bill Bruford, Charles Mingus, Vince Guaraldi, the Crimson Jazz Trio, Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway, Soft Machine, Oscar Peterson, and Weather Report. Those are the musicians that are represented in our countdown. And there's a lot that didn't make it, but there's a lot of great stuff. And I'm in this here. Some of it I've heard and some of it that I haven't. And I'm really excited to get to the fan favorites this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank y'all for participating and enjoying the process and seeing how this goes. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah, 9 Banana, no Holdsworth in this one, but that would have Alan is a great player, is he not? Wonderful stuff. Let's see. Thank you, Joel. I'm excited for this week too. It's going to be a rockin' week, with Sleep Token and Ghost and Rush. That's a rock and roll week, and I'm excited to get to it. We're now at about 1:15, and I've got a little bit of time to chat with y'all before I need to move on and make final preparations for our Doug on Demand. It's coming up at the top of the hour. Um, so if there's anything that you wanted to hear from me about or ask me, I would be happy to answer your questions. Um, yeah. What's Meg saying? Oh, Megan is letting it be known that the Vince Guaraldi piece, yeah, it's kind of lagging behind right now in the voting, but that's one of Meg's ones that she wants to know more about because if I remember right, um, that's one that you didn't know, Meg, and I remember looking into that one, and I don't know how much I know it actually either, but I remember reading that that's the piece that pre Charlie Brown uh, was how Vince Guaraldi's music caught the eye of the people that were producing the Charlie Brown TV and movie stuff, and that's how they reached out to Vince. Plus, Vince was local to where they were in San Francisco at the time, and the rest is history, right? So that would be a lot of fun to hear that one. Fran, I don't have Tedeschi trucks on my list for the next couple of weeks, but I am eager to get back to hear more of them. That was a lot of fun last time. A lot of fun. Tim, ragtime, yeah, I mean, it depends on which era of jazz you're looking at. Jazz is different in the 1910s and 20s than it is in the 1950s. In the late 1960s, completely different. That's got a lot of sway. When I ask people about their favorite jazz pieces, are you going to go for Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, or are you going to go for Bitches Brew, Miles Davis? Are you going to go for John Coltrane? Are you going to go for Cab Calloway? Are you going to go for Gershwin? That would be jazz, jazzy, and or some great jazz fusion of the 70s and 80s and even current stuff. Um, it's a real wide open genre depending on where you go. And I think we've got a really nice mix of options for our current poll. I'm really happy of about how the voting has been going so far. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, jazz is ragtime without rules. Pretty cool, Soggy. Nice job. Abdul's asking any more video game music coming up? Not this week, obviously, and currently not in the next week, but it's open after that, and I'm up for it. I'm just I need to get going on which one is going to be next. So yes, but I'm not sure when. Not sure when. Let's see, what else are y'all asking about? Hmm. IDK. Hey Doug, what did you train to be able to hear what song keys are immediately, even though you don't have perfect pitch? Well, mm, I the short answer is I taught ear training at a really musically aggressive conservatory for vocalists mainly. I taught at Westminster Choir College for a lot of years, and that's where I did my master's work. And when you're dealing with vocalists and choral specialists, especially, they don't have a valve on their instrument to push to get the right note. They don't. Either they can't just hit the right note on the piano. They have to hear it and internalize it, and then make it go. So we focused very heavily on sight singing and ear training and all of that. And teaching it, I had to be one step ahead of the student, so it really made me better at it. We would do harmonic dictations, melodic dictations, rhythmic dictations. And then we would do a lot of what we do here. I would play them. We would play music and try to figure out, okay, is it in a major key, a minor key? Where are the changes? Where are the cadences? Can you hear it in real time? And it's just a matter of practice, actually. And I do pitch myself. I get in tune. I pitch myself up basically right before I start so that I can remember, have a baseline of where a note is. And when I hear, if I can remember the note that I warmed up to, if I hear a new tonic, if I can figure out that interval, then I just go and like, okay, I guess G major is our key. And now that I do that, everything flips. And with my use of solfege, movable dose solfege, and my training, it just becomes second nature. It's like a game. It's always been a musical game for me to see how much I can follow. Because as I started doing my studies in music, especially classical music, I didn't know the classical repertoire either, y'all. I come from a family that really isn't musical at all. We were sports focused. So I spent all of my time listening and trying to um, learn all of this repertoire as fast as I possibly could. And so the skills that I developed as I did that over years and years and years and years are the same skills that I use here on YouTube. That's how it works. Just, I mean, I graduated with my undergraduate degree, my bachelor's degree in music in 2000. So and I got my doctorate in '08. So we've been at it for decades. And for me, it took a decent amount of hours, just trying again, trying again, trying again, and getting better. And once you're doing it, certain song, like I've heard E minor so much. If I hear an E minor power chord from a metal band or a rock band, it sounds like E minor. I know what Joy to the World sounds like or Hallelujah Chorus sounds like. And if I hear a piece that sounds like it's in the same tonic, it's in D, that sort of thing, you know? So those are a couple of little pops that I do. Maggie is here. What did I miss?
Hey guys, um, off camera today, but Nick Gamboa asked, how much time would you estimate? Um, how much time does it take for you to do prep like each week? Like if
Ah,
you were to try to guesstimate, like how much time do you spend doing prep
doing prep.
for your work for the channel?
It varies. For a normal episode, like I'm gonna do Damocles from Sleep Token tomorrow, I'll probably take 30 to 45 minutes of gathering my notes. I always type them out myself. I learn and I ingrain things as I type. And there's just a certain arrangement of the way that I like to arrange my notes as I go. Um, but yeah, I would grab the lyrics, I would grab, all the pertinent information, who's playing on the album, when's it coming out, all the basic stuff, and um and make it work. The For a fan favorites episode where it's got like 7 or 8 or 9 tracks, that could take me a couple of hours plus to do my notes. On Friday, when I recorded the Nightwish EPL, the Nightwish full album reaction, that where I looked into all of those 13 tracks and information about the concept of the album, and then I would read the lyrics, then read them again, and then spend time thinking about what they're talking about before I ever hear the music. So my read in just for the Nightwish EPL was about 2.5 hours of just looking. because I'm naturally curious. And as I'm doing these, I want to do them. If I'm going to take the time to do them, I want to do them as well as I possibly can. Because, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, if I come back and look at one of these, I want to be proud of the work. So I don't want to look back and go, yeah, I mailed that one in. That one's not a good one. So every time I do this, I want to try to do it as best as I possibly can. So that's the idea. Megan has another one.
One more quick one from
Sure.
from Theodore. Which band have you reviewed that?
Which band have I reviewed?
Which band have you reviewed that made you the most surprised positively, like
Surprised
in a positive way?
positively.
Yeah,
Nightwish might.
I was thinking that.
Go back and look at my first Nightwish reaction, which was to Ghost Love Score, and there's Floor coming out, and I go, "Hello, who the hell is that?" Tall, dark-headed women
That's Doug's type
that
right
can
there.
sing. Sign me up, y'all. Marillion is another band that I've really gotten to know and love, and Big Big Train is a band that I've gotten to know really well, and I've gotten to know the members of that band, and those guys are kind of like just my spirit animal. I love those guys in Big Big Train. What's another one?
I also love this one from Theodore.
Theodore.
What metal band would you love to hear do a jazz song?
What metal band would I love to hear do a jazz song? Dream Theater.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of a band that's got a keyboard player and that's used to playing a little more virtuosic, because I think they would have the chops to take on something really jazzy.
Yeah,
There
I
are
like that.
portions of Dream Theater that are jazzy, but if they tried to take on a real like jazz standard, I think they could do it. I think they could do it. Yeah, I think they could. Joel is asking, do I have any advice for getting out of writer's block? Well, when I have had writer's block, one of the things that I always just go back to is two-part counterpoint. And counterpoint is a system by which we can write multiple linear parts that are independent of each other and complementary of each other. And if I can just go, if I'm just worried about trying to, normally where I get writer's block is when I try to make things too complicated and I overthink what I'm trying to do. And so this is a way for me to get back to simplicity, just one part against another. And it starts me getting into some rhythm and into just writing a counter melody to a pre-existing one. And your pre-existing melody could be a bass line and you could come up with a new melody, or you could have a new melody and you come up with a secondary melody, and then you could start going and building some ideas. But that would be one place to start, um, for me. Yeah. Oh, and I got to show you guys, I got a couple of albums this week. I went to the PO box yesterday, and I got this album from Solstice. Isn't that cool? I don't even know what the name of that album is because I can't read that down at the bottom. The vinyl is outside of it. This came via airmail from the UK. I'm not exactly sure who sent this one, but I am very pleased to have this new album here with us. And that's right. Where'd you go? Where did you go?
Sonder.
The
kick inside.
Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. I got the Kate Bush. Yeah. Remastered 180 gram heavyweight vinyl. The kick inside.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the very early one, right? That's got Wuthering Heights on it. Yeah. Yay.
That's so cool. I'm looking forward to checking both of these out.
Thank y'all very much for thinking of us in that way. Yeah. Lovely.
Very cool.
Lovely. Friends, it is now 1:30, and I do need to Christina.
Can I ask one?
What did you she says, what did you think of the songs I sent over last year? I'd have to be reminded. I'm very sorry, Christina. I don't remember. Um, yeah, I will have to go back and double check and look
Yeah,
and
we can
try to answer you.
we can
Yeah.
pull that up. Somebody can't remember who. Oh, Stephen Charlton was asking.
Thanks, Ray.
Um,
Great new album from Cosmic Cathedral.
do you think you might ever do a behind the score for Alban Berg? Like Stephen mentioned. Oh, I found it. Piano Sonata, Opus 1, or his chamber concert for piano, violin, and 13 wind instruments. Would
Wow.
you consider doing some Berg?
Berg is some intricate stuff.
Yes.
And it's non-tonal analysis. If
Yeah.
y'all want to see me bust out some matrices or non-tonal theory,
I think that'd be really fun.
I'd be happy to oblige.
I'll help you do the matrices because I am the weirdo who likes doing that.
Yeah.
So
12 tone or 12 tone
love
theory.
doing 12-tone matrices. I don't know why.
I don't remember if the piano concerto was an actual 12 tone piece or if it was just non-tonal, but I'd have to
Yeah.
actually look at that.
I don't remember either. It's been a
Yeah.
long, long time since I've looked at Berg.
Okay, thank you, Christina. I'll go look at them. Okay, thank you very much. I'll
Yeah,
double
for
check
sure.
that. Thank you, Fran. I will look forward to that. My good friend,
What's
I will
that?
look forward.
Oh my gosh,
we might get
Fran!
some Tedeschi trucks.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
We're
That's
going
awesome,
trucking,
Fran.
y'all. So here's what I've got, friends. This week we've got Sleep Token, a brand new song from them, Damocles, which was released on Friday. I'm taking a look at that tomorrow. On Tuesday or Wednesday, it'll be our Jazz Appreciation Month, fan favorites for our patrons. We've got a new song, Peacefield by Ghost, on Wednesday. And then I'm looking at side one of Power Windows from Rush on Friday. But in 30 minutes, it is the next Doug on demand. So I need to get a bathroom break. I need to get some coffee. I need to get some herb. And I need to get the wheel ready to go because it's going to be an awesome time that we have coming up here in about half an hour. So thank you, everybody, for being with me on this Sunday. Swedish Penguin, I got your answer. I have Cosmic by Avenged Sevenfold scheduled on Monday, May 12th. That's where I've got it right now. So that could change, but that's what I'm looking at on my calendar. All right. Wonderful. Thank you, friends. I appreciate you being here with me, spending a little bit of your Sunday with me, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Council members, I'll see you in about half an hour, and the rest of you, I'll see you at Metal Monday tomorrow. All right. Now I got to figure out how to switch this. And Heidi, thank you very much for your super chat. It means a great deal to me. Much love. I got to figure out how to, because I got to put my finger on the back side of it. That doesn't sound right, does it? I got to put my finger on the back. Never mind. Let's see. Where do I? There it is. There's the X. Oh, there's my window.